Steve Kemble, and my background is I was an engineer for 10 years, a mechanical engineer, and then I decided I was going to get my hands more involved with my life, and studied permaculture, and then I had to build a building, and I thought, okay, what's the most sustainable way I can build? And so this is really empowering for people to be able to, like, with the materials at hand, close, locally around you, you can process them from raw state yourself and build a very comfortable home. It doesn't use very much energy, that hasn't had a whole lot of energy that went into creating it. Really super low embodied energy in the material. Very, empowering as far as, like, okay, you don't have to have that many skills to learn how to do a lot of this building, and that was like, wow, this is big for the world, for a lot of people, because most of the building industry is like, so you have to have licenses and all the stuff, special training, and you can only do a little part of it, and then somebody else has to do this other part, everything. Well, hey, normal people, they don't have time in their lives to go to do all that. They're not going to do it beyond their maybe the building of their house. In the last 25 years, it was unheard of back then, and now there's just in every festival, fair kind of thing like this, and lots of workshops all around the world. So yeah, it definitely it's expanding, taking off. I find that in most other countries around the world, maybe not so much in a lot of Europe, it's a little farther away, but so many other countries it's not very far away generation-wise, that this was the traditional way of building. Before mass transportation and all, this last 50 years, 75 years of this little blip in the planet's history.
Well, you don't have to be there. You can look something else.
We've gone to where we can produce materials in a factory and ship it across the world to somebody to use, and they can just take this thing and stick it in place and stick another one there and done, and they don't have to have any knowledge of what's going on behind there. So much energy has gone into creating this and getting it to them, and then they then that's a contractor that has to be trained to do this specific little the way they go together and have all the tools, the right expensive tools to put it together and stuff. A lot of other countries, Central, South America, Asia, Africa, that's how they still do it, or maybe there's a generation that's gotten away from it, and it's not so hard to bring it back because it's still in their genetic memory. We're a little farther away from that in this country,
Yeah.
but not that far, maybe century and a half. Between when people all they had was what was available around them to build with, and so that's what they used, and they figured out how to do that, and you learn some basic skills and put that together. I definitely have friends that have been going to Central America and kind of re-teaching the people how to use their native materials in building. They're finding that they're not that far away from learning it, whereas here it's people haven't even had any inkling for several generations of how to do something for yourself. It's always somebody else does this, somebody specializes in this, I'm specialized in this, so I pay that specialized person to come and build my house or do this aspect of my house for me or whatever. But saying that in the pioneering days, people had to learn how to do it all, at least become somewhat proficient in doing all parts of it. It's we have to really start paying attention to how we're using the resources on this planet, and how we're treating the planet. And natural building is just a very conscious way of doing